The doorbell surveillance business is a booming sector as people are getting more and more aware of how creepy and dangerous the world can be. What easier and faster way to capture such moments, especially as evidence, than a front doorbell camera that captures everything clearly, including audio? The doorbell surveillance business is expected that sales will reach $1.4 billion by 2023, up from $500 million last year. Everyone at this point already has an idea of how it works, even if you do not own one. The moment the doorbell camera is installed, the homeowner has video access to their front porch from any location with Wi-Fi. But they are a controversial product as data privacy experts continue to criticize the idea, and researchers are not convinced they are not really making us any safer. But that is not the focus of today's video. We may not truly know if doorbell cameras actually keep us safer or feed on our fears like experts suggest. But what we do know is that the weirdest and creepiest of things have been caught by these cameras. And that's what we will be looking at today. Make sure to watch till the end, because we will be answering one of the most widely asked questions about surveillance camera footage. A doorbell camera captures a stranger's terrifying act. A terrified TikTok user by the name Jojo Ramirez had a very narrow escape after her surveillance Ring doorbell captured a man following her and her son to the front of her house. The video showed the chilling moment she was followed to her front door by the complete stranger who tried to get into her home. She had no idea the man was behind them, but managed to close and lock her door just a few seconds before the man could get to her. The surveillance camera then captured the terrifying moment the man attempted to open the door. After being unsuccessful with that, he appeared to stare creepily into the peephole in order to see inside. After coming to the horrifying realization that a man whom she didn't know was outside her front door, she can be heard in the video yelling at him to go away, but the expressionless and albeit creepy stranger remained outside.
Who is that? Get out of here! Get out of here!
You never know when something like this could happen to you. The outcome could have been different if I would have not locked the door right away. God was by my side, she wrote on the TikTok video. She and a small boy believed to be her son are shown in the video casually walking into the house, with the mom talking to her son about how he needed to take a shower. A man then appears out of nowhere and walks up pretty fast to her front door, but thankfully, it was locked by the woman just seconds earlier. After hearing him with his attempts to open the door, she says, "Who's that?" as the man creepily tries to look into the home through a peephole. "Get out of here! Get out of here!" she yells over and over again when she realized the man was standing right outside her door. The man then slowly backs away from the door but continues to stand there without uttering a word. The video ended with the man still standing outside and staring at the front door without a word and with an expressionless look on his face. It isn't clear how long the man remained outside or whether the woman called the police through the video posted. People in the comment sections were horrified at the video, with many stating that they believed he had very dark and sinister intentions. One of the comments stated that he definitely looked like he wanted to hurt somebody, and someone else might not be so lucky to have gotten away. Thugs creep up on a man and pull him to the ground in a horrifying mugging caught on video. It is one thing for the doorbell surveillance camera to capture footage related to your front porch as the homeowner. It is another to capture a crime happen right in front of the doorstep, and that is not a very pleasant thing to experience. This was the case in this chilling video as it reveals how two men silently creep up on their victim before brutally grabbing and dragging him to the ground. One of the assailants, who was hooded, is seen throwing the man to the floor after dragging him behind a parked car, while the other one is captured going through the victim's pockets and heard demanding money. "Where's your wallet?" The second assailant asks several times as the mugging victim continues to struggle on the road and can be heard shouting for help. "Help, help, help," he yelled before saying, "Fuck hell."
Help! 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 Oh.
When it dawned on him that no one could hear him, the thugs later fled the scene at Albion Place in Ramsgate, Kent, escaping with an unknown amount of stolen items and cash. The attack, which occurred around 10 p.m., was recorded on a 70-year-old homeowner's surveillance Ring doorbell, and after reviewing the evidence, he called the police immediately, as well as an ambulance. By the time he had hung up, however, the victim had left the scene. The pensioner, who wants to remain unnamed, said he was watching TV and heard shouting outside the house. He then looked out of the window, but couldn't see anything untoward in the dimly lit street. That was when he ordered his Ring doorbell video app and was creeped out to see the recording of the mugging and dragging of the victim. After watching the recording, I looked out the window again and could make out where the victim was laying, so I phoned the police. When I had hung up the phone call, I looked out the window the final time, and the victim was nowhere to be seen. The pensioner claimed that the mugging event is proof the area is dangerous after dark, increased by the lack of police presence and CCTV. He also mentioned the council allowing trees and shrubbery to overgrow, which creates a lot of areas hidden from view. Seeing the attacks made me feel frightened, and as a 70-year-old, it's not safe here, he said. North Carolina woman opens doorbell camera to find a creepy visitor. Unexpected guests can be either a welcome surprise or an unhappy one. A woman in North Carolina, after being alerted by her Ring app, thought she had a surprise visitor. But when she checked her video doorbell, she got an even bigger surprise. It turns out the visitor at the door was actually a snake. The Goldsboro homeowner, who was identified as Renee, was working upstairs when she got an alert about someone being at her front door. When she checked her Ring doorbell footage, she saw the visitor was actually a snake slithering next to the camera. Renee recalled the moments leading up to the unexpected visitor. Her dog had just settled down after barking when her alarm went off. She said she was horrified and immediately ran out the back door to her neighbors, where they called animal control and the police to no avail. The neighbor then walked over to her home to get the snake, only to discover it was gone. Renee thinks the snake got entangled in a chair on her porch before getting free, and she ended up spraying snake away around her home, hoping it would prevent future visits. Now comes the most widely asked question when it comes to Ring camera footage. Do people get caught on Ring cameras and have privacy rights? The increase in home cameras have made surveillance-style footage become normalized across social media platforms. Some TikTok stars stylize their contents through Ring cameras that even package theft surveillance has become a genre too. For anyone who has dealt with property damage or had a package stolen, these videos can be very satisfying. Now you might wonder if sharing these videos doesn't go against the rights of the person caught on camera, especially since in most cases their faces aren't blurred. The answer is that there's no legal issue with posting surveillance camera content. According to experts, it is generally legal to post video footage captured in a public space where the subject of the video lacks a reasonable expectation of privacy. Things might get a bit trickier with audio recordings, where various states and locale vary in consent rules, but these rules don't often apply when a person is in a public space, like on a sidewalk. When a person's front door area is legally considered private, meaning the police can't snoop around without a warrant, neither can people creep around. The homeowner is free to surveil their own space, and the decision to post the captured content is entirely at the discretion of the camera's owner, as long as local privacy ordinances aren't broken. If you want to see more videos like this, please turn on all notifications and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.